Hey, okay, so I just had to share this with you. Today, I was sitting in church. And by the way, how many of you guys went to church? Drop an amen below if you went to church. How many of you guys went to church? I was sitting there in church today, and by the way, my church story is, I was not born or raised in the church. Like, I went to church at Christmas time. When the grandparents came to town, like, that's when the whole family went to church, followed by a buffet. I remember the buffet a lot. But that was my indoctrination to church. And so, however, as I kept getting, so I guess I would call myself a late bloomer. And if you're a late bloomer, I want you to drop a hashtag me too if you're a late bloomer. I'm a late bloomer. I really just started investigating the whole church thing about 5 years ago. And what led me to do that is because there's so many things in my life that just didn't. Hi, Jill. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Brad. Hi, Brian. There's just too many things in my life, right, guys, that just did not add up. Meaning, I'm a worker. Like, I'm a driver. I'm a worker. Like, I've always been that way. In fact, one time I worked myself to where exhaustion, I passed out, had to be taken to the hospital. I say that not to, like, that's not a good thing. That's bad. In fact, it's quite embarrassing to let myself get to the point. But I say that just to explain that a point. I'm like a driver. I'm good with working hard. However, there's too many things that lined up in my life. Hi, Dwayne. Hi, Leslie. There's too many things that added up in my life to where it was just like, you can't be in the right place at the right time that many times. And that's where I recognize it's not me. There's something called grace. And so 5 years ago, I began my investigation and to what exactly the grace is. And so today, let me tell you this. Hi, Alvin. Hi, Tim. Let me tell you this. I wrote this down just for you. This is something I read in the church session today, and it was James 1-2-4. Actually, I don't even know if that's correct. I'm learning how to read those as of right now. But I did write down the actual section I want to read to you. And it starts out with this. Dear brothers and sisters, listen closely. Listen closely. If you're on this call tonight, like, you're here for a reason. You need to hear this. Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. So let me repeat that. Whenever troubles come your way, this is not me, this is from the Bible. When troubles come your way, consider an opportunity for great joy. Not tragedy, not distress, but like great joy. And for you know that when faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. That's huge. David, Sarah, that's massive. Okay, so let me repeat that one more time. Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles come your way, consider an opportunity for great joy. For great joy. For you know that faith is tested, that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. Meaning whenever things going like great and happy and go lucky, like your faith doesn't grow, like endurance doesn't, you don't emotionally grow because you don't need to, because everything's going good. The only time you really truly grow is when you have contrast, when you have conflict, whenever things are going bad in your life. That's when you have an opportunity to grow. And see, I've learned this from ever since I was little, crawling on the ground. Maybe not crawling on the ground, but for as far as I can remember, I've always been obsessed with compressing time and learning from other people's stories and trials and errors and problems. Because the slowest way to learn is by your own mistakes. You want to go try something new? Okay, odds are probably 100, 200, 500 people, 1,000 plus people have already tried the same thing, and they know what works and they know what doesn't work. So I've been obsessed. Drop a hallelujah if you know what I'm talking about. A hallelujah if you know what I'm talking about. Compressing time. And how you compress time is by learning from other people's success stories. So I've read and studied the Abraham Lincoln and the George Washingtons and the Tony Robbins and the Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and Robert Kiyosaki and all these guys. But today, they've all told me the same thing that I just told you, but in their own ways. But today, to actually hear it from this, like this is to hear from the Bible, like the godfather of all personal development, like the biggest book. It's the Bible I learned this from. And so that's what really hit me. Here's what I'm going to do, what I've been doing tonight, and I want to do it. Challenge you guys to do this. Laquita, Justin, David, Lori, everybody. I want to challenge you guys to do this. Russ, I'm challenging you guys. All the bad things that have happened to your life, just pick out a handful. And a lot of times it's so easy for us to go blame people. The stockbroker, the accountant, the friend, the ex-friend, the ex-relationship, the boss. It's so easy for us to go blame them for all the bad things that they cause in our life. But if you're going to blame them for all the negative, blame them for all the good that they've brought into your life too. You know, maybe you found out what you did or you didn't want. Maybe you developed this massive strength. Maybe you got this massive personal development. Maybe it was required to take you to that next level of thinking to prepare you for that next job, that next career, the next XYZ. So tonight, what I want to challenge you to do, Stacy, is I want to challenge you guys tonight to pick maybe 5 people. Just 5 people that has caused you strife in your life, and just send them a message and just thanking them for the good in your life. And don't be snide, don't be naughty about this. Don't tell them, hey, thanks for being such a jerk to me. Now I know what I never want. Or thanks for being just a horrible boss. Now I can appreciate my. Don't do that. Like, that's not good. But just send them a message. Hey, I really appreciate the impact you had in my life. You played your role, and I never did have a chance to tell you thank you. So just say thank you, and just try it. What? I've been doing this tonight. And I can't even begin to tell you the amount of joy I've already had. Like, can't you tell me how, like, I'm normally happy, but I'm, like, really happy. And I've done this to 2 people already, too. So I challenge you to go do it. And if you can't bring yourself to actually do it, which I get it. Hi, Hudson. I totally get it. So just do it in your head. Just think about it. And just silently in your head, thank them for playing the role that they played. They were there to play their role. Whether they were in your life for 5 seconds or whether they were, thank you, David. I think they're shiny, too. But thank them in your mind for playing that role. So ready? The objective right here. The objective right here is this. I'm going to read it one more time. Faith. Hold on. Faith and endurance. Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles come your way, consider an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So with that said, the next step to do, if you want to step up to the plate, and if you really don't want to do it, it's probably odds are that you need to do it, just letting you know. But I challenge you to go ahead and just make that contact with, let's just do one person, just send a message to, and if you can't do that, just do it in your head. Just send some gratitude towards them. So with that said, hashtag I'm in if you're going to do this. Hashtag I'm in. And 3, 2, 1, enjoy your night.